Live. I am super excited for tonight's episode. We have our IVPs, Heather and Shenella, joining us tonight. We have a couple of events that we're going to talk about real quick coming up. The murder mystery event is happening. That's going to come on live tomorrow, be on Facebook Live. And then Saturday night, they have game night starting with with MVP Ross and MVP Margot. I believe there's also some training scheduled for this weekend. So the JCI page has that. I think those are hosted by Wyoming. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on our international vice presidents from JCI, Heather and Shenella. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
So excited to have y'all.
We're excited to be here. Thank you.
We're excited to be here.
So let's start with some introductions. IVP Heather, do you want to go first? Just kind of let JCI USA for the ones that may not know who you are.
Well, for those of you who don't know me, I am from South Carolina, and I had the honor and privilege to serve as JCI USA's national president in 2017. And this year, I am serving as an international vice president assigned to JCI Colombia, JCI Dutch Caribbean, JCI West Indies, JCI Suriname, and JCI Jamaica.
Wow.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Shenella Govia. I am from a very small country in the Caribbean called Antigua and Barbuda. I live on the mainland Antigua. We have about 80,000 people. I am international vice president this year, assigned to JCI USA, JCI Canada, JCI Panama, and JCI Dominican Republic.
Wow, that's so exciting. And it's so neat that y'all are still so local almost. That y'all are keeping it within North and South America or the Americas.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And that's a new thing that we're trying to learn, right? Learn to say that we're trying to be one America within Canada and North America, South America.
Yes, one America.
Yeah, that's the campaign for our area. There's 4 areas in JCI, and so we're trying to focus on really being one entity and one voice.
So as an international vice president, hey Whit, thanks for joining us. As an international vice president, what exactly is your role for JCI?
So, as an international vice president, of course, JCI is an international organization, board of directors, and so you have a world president, you have 4 executive vice presidents and 4 vice presidents, and as the vice presidents, we're assigned to JCI national organizations. Our role is to provide guidance, support system, training, visiting countries that we're doing now virtually, and just being that resource person for the national and local organizations.
And so normally we have our Conference of America, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, it was canceled this year, but it's going to be in Panama next year. So same location, right?
Yes.
All right. So it'll be in Panama City, Panama next year in 2021, but y'all have some exciting things that you're still going to bring to us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Heather.
We put together a virtual conference. Not only will it be the first for the Americas, but it will be the first for JCI. So we are looking to host the American Development Council meeting on the 21st, the General Assembly on the 22nd, and an awards gala on the 23rd. So it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, one right after the other. And your national president will be getting some more information in the very near future.
And for those of us that have never attended a Conference of Americas, this is a huge opportunity because you don't need a visa. And you don't need a lot of money, and so
you don't need a visa.
Facebook. You just need Facebook.
Yeah, you don't need a visa. You don't need money. You don't need to pay for a hotel room. All you need is Facebook and some stable internet.
Mhm.
Right. So this is a
Maybe
really
some wine. Maybe some wine.
So this is a really good experience to kind of get our feet wet and some excitement built for Panama next year.
Yes, and it serves
Yeah.
as a way of motivation, you know. So if you've never really been to an area conference, you have an idea of what exactly happens because, you know, national presidents like Justin in the U.S. and national presidents across the Americas, they will basically present their reports showing all of the rest of the national presidents and the world who may tune in all that is happening within their national organization. So Justin will be telling us everything that JCI USA is doing, all the projects, all of the programs, you know, and so that's the idea in a nutshell. And then, of course, we will know who our candidates are going forward for next year because JCI has only 1 year to lead, even in light of COVID. So we will know who VPs will be that will be serving next year and make very important decisions on the way forward for the organization.
So at Conference of Americas, that's when people from our area announce their interest to run, and then they are actually elected at World Congress.
Yes, that is correct.
And so World Congress, it's in Japan, but it's still tentatively scheduled right now, right?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
as
still
far
on
as
schedule.
Yep. Still on schedule. Everything is still a go for the same agenda and the same plan that has always been set. So if that changes, of course, our president will be the first to know.
Right. And that's not until November, though. So you've still got some time to look into that. And I believe IED Dawn has some information on a on-to package. I don't know if it's too late to get in on that, but it's definitely worth messaging her to see. You can email her at info@jciusa.org. I'll drop that in the comments. But so y'all also are offering a lot of virtual trainings. How can they keep up? How can the members keep up with the trainings that JCI in our area is offering?
Well, most of the national organizations have very active Facebook pages, and so they could reach out to the national presidents or just log on to, let's say, JCI USA on Facebook, JCI Panama, JCI West Indies, whichever national organization, and you can see what's happening. Like, I know over the last several weeks, JCI USA has been having trainings back to back on the weekends, you know, which is super duper amazing. And so you could just follow on Facebook and you will see what's happening.
You can also go to the JCI website and log in and look under the skills development. It has a list of all the trainings. If there's a specific one you want, when they're all scheduled throughout the whole world.
Yeah, and you don't actually have to even take one that in a country that you live in. I know I actually, the weekend ones are hard for me. So there was one offered by JCI in Dublin, Ireland at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. And I was like, oh, that's perfect because I don't have anything going on at 2 p.m. And so I actually attended those just because of the time. So
yeah, absolutely. It's also a way to kind of see the value of the international level and what other countries have to offer and what's working for them, and just to get an insight of what's going on in those countries at this time.
hi, Indiana. And I may have also paid more attention because of the accent.
Yes, you do have a unique accent in Dublin, Ireland, Miranda, I would say. You don't have much of an accent to me because I live in the South.
I probably do to IVP Shenella, though.
Yes.
So, what else? Is there anything else that's going on in JCI that you want to talk about?
Well, apart from JCI, we're still active, you know, active citizens. It's just, for me, from a personal standpoint, it gives me, while, you know, COVID is a challenging situation, I've gotten to do a lot more because ordinarily assigned to a country like JCI USA that is so huge in comparison to other national organizations. Whenever I facilitate a training session, I get the opportunity to meet with members from all across JCI USA, which is much different because when you visit one particular national local organization, you're just confined to that particular area because geographically they're so huge. So just sitting behind your computer, you can meet for so many members across JCI USA and many other national organizations. So while it is a challenge, it's indeed a great opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to think outside of the box, still be active, and still engage with our members.
I would also say it's kind of challenged us in the way of an opportunity. I know we did a SWOT analysis when we were elected, and I don't think any of us thought that these type of opportunities or threats would be a reality. So we've all really been really challenging ourselves to think outside the box, like Shenella said, and how we can help our members. It's a different kind of help and engagement and empowerment. And motivation. I know I had a meeting with the Dutch Caribbean earlier this week, and President Rosetta was so sweet. She was like, "You just look so tired," and I was like, "It was just a very draining day." But the fact that we're all in this together, we're all motivating and helping each other, it's really come a long way in how we interact as a team.
Really great advice, and that's even something that you can use on a local level as a local or chapter president, or even as a member.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with the local chapters I've met with, I've said there's no reason at the end of this you can't come out with a strong strategic plan and what's working and not working. It's a great time to have these meetings as a local chapter and really evaluate and look at the pros and cons and your own SWOT analysis internally and your 5-year strategic plan. If you don't have one, whatever you have said at the end of each year you didn't have time to do, you now have that time. So really look at it as a chapter, engage past local presidents and past board members, really look forward in the sustainability of the chapter.
I also think that this opportunity has opened our eyes to options that we never offered before, like these Zoom meetings. I've said it a million times. I really do hope that these are certain things in these Facebook Lives that we've been doing. I hope these are certain things that we realize are beneficial and we keep doing once this is over and our new normal comes to surface, whatever that may be. But I mean, on a local level, we've always ran into softball games, or parents can't make it because they have cheer practice, gymnastics. But how great would it be if they could just go back and watch the meeting, whether it be on live or if it's been videotaped and something like that. So I really do hope that we take something from this and make it worthwhile and realize that there has been some good things that come from it.
Oh, yeah.
And some things are working better. I know we've had probably more participation even at national conferences and stuff. We had huge participation, and hopefully the Conference of Americas virtually will be huge, and because there will be a lot of opportunity for people that couldn't afford to go or just can't travel that far for them to come, and it's free.
Absolutely. Definitely look up JCI America's Facebook page because it'll be streaming live from there.
So IPP Amy says, I absolutely think the lives and the online presence has allowed the local level to connect more with the national and international level of JCI. I really do think so too. I know that probably my home chapter wasn't as well versed in JCI and the international level of things prior to this, and then it started at NAA when chapter president Bethany met IVP Shenella, but after that, it piqued her interest. So,
hi, Ellen.
Well, it is JCI USA's 100th anniversary this year. So, in honor of that, MDD Ross and I are trying to collect 100 awesome JCs, YIJC story. So, to put you guys on the spot, I'm going to start with you, IVP Heather, because you're sitting right next to me in the boxes. I don't know if it's the same on y'all's screen or not, but because you're right next to me, I will start with you. But tell us your YUJC and why you stay and everything.
I joined in 2009, and for those who, it would probably be hard to believe, but I was really quiet and not really interested in the whole leadership path in terms of, oh, there's my cousin Trey, who's also a vice president. And I went to a small little camp called Camp Hope, and it is the most beautiful and amazing place in the whole world. And BC Miranda, I know if the opportunity comes as our vice president, it's life changing. Everyone who's ever come, it's life changing. You drive in and there's a big sign that says "Thanks to JC's, welcome JC's," and they sing and they dance and they just love JC's, and they're there because of JC's. And every time I get down, every time I get stressed, every time I smile, every time I question why I do what I do, I always think back to those faces, and I think back to the memories I have there, and I go there mentally and I say, this is my why. This is why this organization exists, is to make a difference in their lives, it's to make a difference in other people's lives, and it's just to have a sense of community and friendship. They don't know the ugly in the world. It's for kids with cognitive disabilities. They only see the beauty and they only see the positive. And if everyone could think just a little bit the way they think, the world would be just a lot better. So that's my why. It will remain my why. Even when I age out, I will always be there for One Hope.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, IVP Shenella, what about you? Why do you JC?
So my story is a little different. So I often used to see this organization on our national television of young people just doing really amazing stuff, always doing some major projects. Every time I would turn on the television, I would hear people talking about this group, JCs. And so I wanted to get involved. I decided to sign up in my national and local organization. We have a very somewhat rigorous recruitment drive where you actually have to go through training sessions, pass the training sessions, do an interview where they assess you and determine if, is this organization really for you? Is this the organization that you want to be a part of, to see if, you're really going to stay. You learn about JCI history, JCI protocol, just the way how JCI does things. I was a little impatient at first. I was like, okay, why do you have to go through all this thing? But anyways, I stayed, I stuck through it, and I got to meet some really amazing people, some friendships were formed. I grew to learn the organization a lot more. And what resonated for me was the training session about the creed. I just found that, that was really amazing. Every line of it resonated with me, something that I really felt a passion for. And I said, okay, perhaps this is the right organization. I joined in 2013 and I am still here, still around.
I think that might be a thing internationally from a JCI USA standpoint, because when I was taking the training a couple of weeks ago in JCI Ireland, they all, the girl was from JCI Romania, but she actually said that they, before you are able to join, they have almost like a job interview type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very common.
That's really interesting to hear. All right, ladies. Well, do y'all have anything else to add before we sign off?
Just join the virtual conference on Facebook.
I just want to encourage everyone to come on out. It's going to take place next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in the afternoon, evening, I think around 5-6 p.m., Heather.
Yeah, we're still flirting with the time a little bit, but it will definitely be in the evening after work. Between 5 and 6 will be a start.
Okay. And that link
but if you follow JCI America's page, you will see what's happening. And of course, all of you in JCI USA, come on out and support your national president, Justin, as he presents his report. Come out, support your very own IVP Heather, who's from JCI USA, and just come and support the entire Americas. You know, we're one big family doing amazing things, although we're virtually strapped, you know, we're still doing things as active citizens. So we look forward to seeing all of you.
Yes.
I'm excited. This was going to be my first Conference of Americas to attend. Well, I had hoped to attend it, but now I will attend it for sure.
Yes.
And you can dress for the award ceremony if you wish as well.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
there
will.
will be a dress code for the awards ceremony.
Well, y'all have to
on
remember,
this
like
Saturday-
3 weeks into this pandemic, I got bored and wore my cruise formal dress and just drank wine in my garage. So with a tiara. So I will dress up.
I'm thinking about getting Rufus
That's the spirit.
tuxedo.
I will totally do it. I said I was going to go to the dollar store wearing it one day, just because I'm that bored.
Oh, you have to
People
go
will
on.
really think I've lost my mind. They're like, yep, quarantine's gotten her. So, all right, ladies. Well, I really do appreciate the time you have spent with me tonight. It was really an honor to have you here with me tonight. And I thank you so much for bringing your JCI knowledge to JCI USA. And we will see you at the virtual conference.
Thank you so much for
Thank
hosting.
you. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.